Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? Welcome back to the JKWD podcast, where Kelvin is leaving his coffee on his desk for the moment because he knows better now. The 250 something episodes, he finally caught on. All right, how you doing, Kelvin?
Well, inhaling coffee really is not.
It's not the way it was meant to be consumed.
Not the way it was consumed. No. Anyway, I'm fine. I'm here and I'm alive, and the sun is shining. I know that because I can see outside, but it's hidden behind the gray, so it's all reflective today. Much like my personality. No. Anyway, and but good, healthy so far as I know. Alive, breathing well, blood pressure's doing all right. Family still loves me, so they say. It don't get much better than that, does it?
I don't think so. I think
all the important stuff's done. My son told me the other day that he knows that we're best friends, and I'm like, got it.
Hey, all right.
I'm good with that. How about you?
I'm great. Actually, I had a good week. The weather's been beautiful. I gave my bicycle a little upgrade and a tune-up.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to bring it into the bike shop, and I looked up the bike shop's website, and they said we're running 4 to 6 weeks on tune-ups right now. Since everybody's been holed up for a year and bringing their bikes in.
Gotcha.
Because they need to get out of the house. And I said, well, my bike needs a kickstand and it needs a water bottle cage, and it hasn't been out on the road in 4 years. Let me see if I can do this all. So I did it and took it out for 7 miles and some change, and it didn't fall apart.
Congratulations.
I went for a run this morning. This very morning as we're recording.
Cool.
I'm getting into my spring habits. Gonna ride, gonna run, gonna get some sun.
There you
go. Gonna rhyme accidentally if I can.
Sunburn on your bald head. Yeah.
Oh, there will be one. I always get it once a year anyway. Sunburn.
It's just what you do.
Yeah, I'm one of those sick people who likes the feeling of sunburn, and I find pleasure in the peeling skin. I know that's kind of gross to some people.
It's interesting, Mr. Shear.
Yeah. Some people are into tattoos or scarring. Not me. I like a little burn. Not a scorch.
Just a little tingle in the scalp.
Yeah.
Got it. I understand.
Hey, we were talking about coffee. I learned something interesting about caffeine.
Get out. Is it something I'm going to like?
Well, so I found out that one of my favorite pre-workouts chemicals is beta-alanine, which I've always gotten in either pills or a drink.
Mm-hmm.
And I discovered that you can just go out and get beta-alanine powder. And I always drink.
Now that I know that word, I might look it up. Try that.
I always drink coffee or some iced tea or something as part of my pre-workout routine as well.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if I can just buy caffeine. And it turns out, yes, you can. You can just buy caffeine.
Really?
And I was looking at the prices, and I'm like, it's a 3 kilogram bucket for like $200.
A 3 kilogram bucket.
Yeah. Then I went through and did the math in my head. So it's not 3 kilograms, about 6.5 pounds.
Okay.
About 7 pounds, maybe. Yeah. A strong cup of coffee maybe has 150 milligrams of caffeine. So 3 kilograms is 3,000 grams. So 3 million milligrams. It's about 20,000 doses of about 20,000 cups of coffee worth of caffeine. So probably worth a couple $100 if you wanted to go that way. I don't know why I went down that rabbit hole on my own. Just that's the kind of thing that I was thinking about this week.
So you're gonna shoot it up? You gonna spoon it? What? How you gonna?
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna.
You're gonna heat it up on a spoon or something?
I'm not gonna order it. even at 2 cups a day, or heck, at 4 cups a day, that would be 5,000 days. So about 13 years.
Okay.
13 years.
But look at the bulk rate, man. I mean, come on now. Because you know the price is going to go up later. You can share that with the neighborhood. Everybody in your street can be buzzing around.
That's right. I'm sure there is very little chance of caffeine overdose problems.
Well, you know, if that happens, I'll just send me the videos.
Well, caffeine overdose can be bad. It's like heart attacks and strokes. Yeah. You see any stimulant, you get your heart rate.
Well, I drink a lot of coffee during the day, but I don't know if it's so much coffee as in just coffee flavored water, because I don't put a lot of coffee in the cup. I used to, but I decided that was a bad idea since I drink so much per day. And there are circles where if you drink 2 pots of coffee in a day, people think that's bad for you. But I talked to a nephrologist not all that long.
Most of the circles being medical or...
Yeah. I did talk to a nephrologist not that long ago, and he said, well, you know, coffee don't have a bad rap it used to. So you're probably okay. He told me I didn't have to cut back, but I'm not sure he realized how much I actually drank. Right. So I decided for the grins and giggles, because coffee doesn't bother me. I could drink a pot and go to sleep. And somebody told me if I could drink a pot of coffee and go to sleep, I really had a problem. So I'm like, I don't know, it's just any other liquid. But now I have more coffee flavored water than it is like coffee per se. You know, it's dark enough to look like coffee, but not strong enough to like hurt, you know. So, and I still got a good heart rate, so I guess I'm not doing too bad.
Good.
Resting heart rate of, you know, something fun. And I can still fall asleep on a computer. So, hey, you know, I don't know if that's good or bad or what.
Well, coffee has that interesting quality of being caffeinated, which, you know, caffeine being an upper, but it's also a diuretic, so it'll dehydrate you, so it'll make you tired if you don't have enough water.
Probably explains why I have this other bottle of water next to the coffee cup.
Yeah, same here.
Bizarre, but life is strange sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So speaking of daily consumption, we're brought to you today by Vitamin K Daily. Get your daily dose of positive from the Prince of Positive himself, Kelvin P. Ringgold Sr. It's the guy on the other end of the microphone. That doesn't make any sense, right? You're not actually on the other end of the microphone. You're just on the other microphone on the other end of this call. If you're on the other end of the microphone, we wouldn't be able to hear you.
If I talk real loud.
Maybe this is a pretty good unidirectional mic.
Come to think of it, you are right about that. Yes, but anyway, yes, I'm on the proper end of my microphone over here, so that's good. But
it's on the other microphone on the other end of the
1,000 miles away. Nope, maybe not that many. How many miles?
Yeah, about 1,000. Okay, about 1,000. We've made that drive a couple of times. Anyway, Vitamin K Daily is this newsletter. You wake up, you read it, gives you a little kick in the pants, tell you how awesome your day is going to be, how to make your day more awesome if you're not planning on having an awesome day, convince you to have an awesome day, tell you how to have it, that kind of thing. Get yourself 4 weeks free, vitaminkdaily.com. After that, just $24.95 a year. Get there before the price goes up.
I cannot believe I actually just giggled. That was more coffee.
The more I say it, the more he's gonna absorb it and get toward raising the price like he's needed to.
Well, there you go.
If it's not for you, just cancel anytime before your trial's up, and you won't get charged at all. VitaminKDaily.com. Get yourself 4 weeks free. Let's do the show. teach you how to dominate your world. You ready? Here we go. Oh boy, so that was a rambling intro.
Yeah, but we're getting better at that. Back in the beginning, when it was a rambling intro, it really was a rambling intro, and
I think
it had no end point.
we wrangled that back nicely, I think.
I think
but
so.
I want to talk today about you actually doing stuff for others and not for yourself. And yeah, I know we mention this every now and then. However, I got this email today that included the story of Nicolas Bourbaki. And Nicolas Bourbaki published some papers and journal articles and a couple of academic books on mathematics.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out that Nicolas Bourbaki never existed. He was an invention of a group of European mathematicians who first they kind of changed the face of math with some of the proofs they did.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, they needed to lighten the mood. And they started providing proofs like in satire.
Mm-hmm.
Mathematics is too rigid a field. It's too pedantic. And among other things, they did a trillion character proof or explication of the number 1. It's like there were all these signs and they connected them by lines and created new symbols and it was just a joke, really. So this was a decades-long in-joke among various groups of people writing under the name Nicolas Bourbaki. And eventually it just faded away because it stops being a joke when everybody's in on it, right? All of a sudden it's real. Like in the spirit of Bourbaki, like Bertrand Russell and a writing partner ended up writing like a 700-page proof of 2 + 2 = 4, essentially. So they brought some
painful for somebody.
So they brought humor to the field, and they did something in service of their field without putting their names on it. And sometimes people knew who was in the group, and sometimes they didn't, but they weren't taking credit for it.
Right.
So it got me thinking about your neighbor, and your neighbor being Kelvin, your neighbor specifically, not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I know for years you would snowblow her driveway without her knowing that you were the mystery snowblower.
Yeah,
and you weren't looking for her to say thank you. You weren't looking for her to bake you cookies because you snowblowed her driveway. You just needed her to have a clear driveway so that she could get her and her kids in the house safely.
That was it. Yeah. Felt good too.
Talking about this before we started recording, and it turns out you had like 6 other stories about this. So I want to let you.
Well, yeah, several years ago, I was, I'm a big Wayne Dyer fan, and I was reading. Well, actually, no, I was listening to this, audio set on, basically how to change your life and manifesting and that stuff. But he was talking about when you did something for someone. And, we all talk about, oh, well, let's do something nice for this neighbor. Let's do something nice for this neighbor. And then we will, or this person will do something nice for this person. And because, we want to do something nice for them to make us feel good, but yet we get really, really upset if they don't say thank you or give us something back in return. And I used to be a part of that guy. It was going to be nice if they could say thanks once in a while, just because, I don't want money or nothing. But when I was listening to Wayne's audio, one of the things he says was this. if you do something for somebody to be nice and you need them to say thank you, you're not doing it for them. You're doing it for you. And after the miles of driving with that audio that day, I decided that was true. And if I was going to do something for somebody just to be nice, then I wasn't going to need a thank you. My actual gift was feeling good for having done that for them. And I was talking to my brother-in-law, my baby sister's hubby, and one time, and he was talking. We were talking about the same thing, with homeless people on the street. And he's a fairly religious fellow, and I talk about people come up to you and you give them money, and it's been said, well, there's no need to give him the money because he's just going to go buy drugs with it. He's just going to go buy alcohol with it or something like that. And what he said to me was, that's not your problem, because you don't actually know what that individual needs at the time. So if you are going to give from the spirit of giving, because that's your contribution. You have given, your debt is paid. What they do with it beyond that is between them and somebody else. So I adopted that philosophy. And the thing is, talk about, be a cheerful giver. If you can't give cheerfully, just don't give it. Because if you give it and you're mad about it, then you actually taint the gift. So that was a life transforming moment for me, actually.
And of course, giving isn't just about money or things. It can be about your time.
Yep.
It can be about anything. It can be if you're like I was some 10 years ago or whatever, I was on all these boards of organizations. I know we talked about it. This is where I just started feeling used. So wait a minute. I can't serve them if I'm mad about being in a position to serve.
Right.
So I stopped, and then I started giving my time elsewhere and more sparingly, and to places that I would be sure to enjoy.
Right.
Now, if you come to me and say, "Will you do this thing?" and if I don't think if I'm going to resent doing it for you, I'm just not going to do it. I'm going to apologize nicely. I'm going to say, I'm sorry. I don't think I can do that for you. Here's why. Yeah, I'm not going to tell them that I'll just resent them for it, but tell them that I am not the right person, that if it's a relationship I value or that's important to me in some way, then I may volunteer to help them find the right person for it, but I'm more likely to give somebody an hour of my time than I am 30 hours. This includes for paid stuff. I've done websites for people who I wanted to do websites for, and then I teach them how to use their website. I don't want to be responsible for every little change that you want to make every week. I'm happy to charge you way too much money to do it, but I don't want to do it. I'm just going to be resentful of every email you send me.
Yeah.
Why would I do that to myself?
Yeah, that might be why I stopped asking you computer questions. It's hard to be friends and resented simultaneously.
That's true.
But yeah. So I do that now. So when I can do that, and random acts of kindness, love random acts of kindness. When we were in MKMMA, and we were talking about those things like going through the supermarket and going to the supermarket and there'd be a person who just emptied their cart or something, like this old woman I saw last week, and as I'm walking past her, I'm going, you want me to take that for you? I can just take it over there. I never would have thought in a million years how satisfying it could be to do something that tiny for somebody, because it's just like she would have had to walk all the way over there. And I could see she was struggling anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going in the place so I can just take it. And the last time I did it last week, she was like, oh, yeah. And I wiped it down with the cloth, the alcohol, so you don't have to worry about that. And I'm like, oh, what a nice lady. Well, thank you very much. So it's like, okay. But I just, something that simple.
Yeah.
You can do that. And it makes you feel good. And it doesn't hurt. It doesn't cost you money. It doesn't. So I started doing that more often than I'm sure Mark at MKMMA would be glad to hear about that.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's also one I never thought about until I had a kid. I take the kid to the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
I always park right next to those cart corrals.
Mm-hmm.
They call them buggies down here in the South. Right next to those buggy corrals.
There you go.
Because I don't want to make the decision. Do I put the kid in the car unattended, bring the shopping cart back to the corral, and then come back?
Right.
Or do I bring the kid over to the corral and have to carry her back to the car?
Yep. There you go.
So, having somebody walk by is like, I'll take that for you. It's real nice.
It is. And I've done that too. Woman with 3 kids and snowing,
Mm-hmm.
And strangely enough, they're very grateful for that small favor. So
yeah. And
there's a lot we can do.
And in keeping with the theme of, they see you and they say thank you. And they never ask your name and your address and send you a gift certificate for your trouble.
Not so far. Not so far. And if they wanted to, I might be a little skeptical, actually. But yeah, it's just nice. So I like doing stuff for people.
Yes, you might also get an invitation to you get the $10 gift card to your grocery store up there, Wegmans, and
could be. Oh yeah.
You get that $10 and it comes with I've got this affiliate marketing thing that I'm part of. Why don't you come talk to me for an hour?
Hey, that's not be bad talking affiliate marketing. We all do it. Do we do it?
Yeah, we do it.
Come to think of it, I need to put some more.
All of our links are, our Amazon
links on a website. Yeah.
All of our links are Amazon affiliate links. Yep. If you go to our books page, those are all affiliate
stuff. Yeah. So,
but there's nothing worse to me than sitting in an hour and a half long presentation for something I'm never going to try to sell.
Well, that's all right. That's why we don't have those conversations. But yeah. So, yep, I enjoy doing things for people, and opportunities present themselves. You don't even have to go looking for them. If you just keep your eyes open, opportunities present themselves. Yeah. You don't have to go out of your way. And my thing is, I also listen to people a lot, because sometimes people don't have somebody to talk to. And sometimes a 5 or 6 or 7 minute conversation with somebody can brighten a week.
It can. I know I always feel better after I talk to you.
You're a nice man. Thank you. I got there's some people who I think have me on speed dial.
even though there are times when you may frustrate me, and I'm sure there are times when I frustrate you.
Well, there's been a couple over how long we known each other now?
Long time.
I don't know, 10 years or something. I don't know, something
It's
crazy.
been a lot longer than that. Been about
So yeah.
17.
Wow. Man, I'm losing. Don't tell me I'm getting old. Nah.
You're still pretty.
I just don't pay attention to time. Is it deal? So yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
So you don't need credit for it.
Yeah,
You just do it because you want to help somebody out.
And you want to make a better world. And oftentimes when someone is the recipient of a random act of kindness, they'll pay it forward.
Yeah. Because they feel good about that.
Yeah. Hey, have you ever done this? Have you ever gone into your local coffee shop and given them an extra? Yeah, that would be a plane over my house you're hearing, I think.
Oh, okay.
That's the second one.
It comes up with the dump truck that just went by here.
You ever gone into your coffee shop and given them an extra $5 or an extra $10 or something and just said, pay for the guy behind me?
I have done that. I haven't done it a lot, but I have done it. And one day a guy wanted to argue with me, oh, no, you don't need to do that. No, really, it's okay. You don't owe me nothing. It's all right. I don't even want to know your name. You just, oh, okay, thank you. But it's more better when they get up there to do it, and then you're already gone. And you're like, the guy paid for you. That's cool stuff. I want to do that with groceries or something.
And a lot of them, a lot of people will say, okay, well, my coffee would have cost $5. Here's that $5, and just.
No, that's because people don't want to owe you anything.
Well,
but like I said, I give without.
But that's how karma works, right? Here's $5. Yeah. My coffee would have cost $5. Here's $5 for the next person, and they'll be
do that. Oh, that yeah,
$5, and they'll just keep paying it back for 15 people.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah. We should set up a candid camera routine and see if that happens.
Well, I think there are instances. I'll see if I can find one. I think I read one where there was a chain of like 14 that happened for it at Starbucks.
Awesome.
But I'll see if I can find one of those.
Good stuff. So, yeah.
You know how we used to do that good news segment for a while? And then it just became so hard to find a good news segment.
Good news, yep. Yeah. I may try it again. I wanted that really bad. I may have to try that again. It's been a while. Yeah. Right now, it might work well because the world could use some good news.
Yeah, sure could.
More often and repeatedly. So that's
and I think there were a lot of good news stories during COVID. I think we moved the bar on what's heartwarming a little bit because there wasn't a lot of going out and doing things in person for people,
right?
Especially the people who are often the recipients of those good news stories,
right?
Like they weren't allowing random people into nursing homes. They weren't even allowing families into nursing homes until very recently. After a year, we weren't. Kids weren't in schools, so nobody was donating anything to schools,
right?
Yeah, but there were still, teachers who were going to schools and putting together lunches for kids who would be getting free lunches at school. Free breakfast. They were putting together meals and they were putting them on school buses and having the bus drivers run their routes and deliver food.
Oh, wow.
There was a lot of that going on, and that kind of faded. The news stories faded. I don't know if the practice faded.
They may not have been selling newspapers.
True.
Yeah, but it's nice to know.
Yeah.
Because in the realm of all that's been happening lately, having some good news, we need some good news.
Yeah, people are still helping each other out, and maybe it's that not seeking credit that in some cases is keeping it out of the news.
That could be it. That could be it. So maybe we're further ahead than we think.
Here's hoping. Well, thank you for being here. Do something nice for somebody. And then go to jkwdpodcast.com for show notes for this and all our other podcasts. Go to vitaminkdaily.com, get yourself 4 weeks free, and we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Hey, thanks for listening. Show notes and more at jkwdpodcast.com. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share with your friends, and we will see you next week. Bye. A Better Humanhood production.